Guys, we're headed to pick up a tractor that it's in the family. It's an Allis Chalmers D-17 Series 4, so it's going to be the latest model D-17 they built. I looked up the year model on it. I can't remember. 64 maybe. I can't remember what it was, but we're going to. It's been left for dead. It's ran. I was told it ran a couple of years ago. But I really don't know if it was 2, 3, 4 years ago. It hasn't been 5 years, I don't think. But I don't know how well it ran. I don't know any kind of condition. I think it's been left outside, and I think the engine might be locked up. So we'll just have to see when we get out here and load it up and see what we can do with it. But I'm gonna try to get it, running again, get it going again, and we're gonna pick it up and rescue this old Allis Chalmers. So here we go. We made it in one piece, and before I get it off the trailer, I'm gonna put a little air in this tire right here, make it roll a little easier, and get it put in this building. That way I can start soaking the cylinders. I've already got the carburetor off. It was off when I got the tractor. So it's gonna be rebuilt. And I believe the engine's stuck, so I'm gonna start soaking the cylinders, put some diesel fuel in them. If that doesn't seem to work after 2 or 3 weeks, we'll go to something more aggressive like acetone and transmission fluid. Just do a little walk around of the tractor. It's a D-17 Allis Chalmers Series 4. And it does confirm by the serial number. And you can see the white steering wheel. I don't know if they called that power director or what it was called, but that was their hand clutch design. It's kind of like a torque amplifier on an International, and it also clutches the tractor too. I don't know if it clutches the PTO or the tractor yet. I've got to do a little research on it. It's got an auxiliary hydraulic pump there. It's like a Delco Remy vertical distributor. Tractor's overall in really good shape, cosmetic wise for its age. It's not beat up. All the sheet metal's there. As long as we can get her running, it's a really good candidate for restoration. And it's actually a great tractor to use. Wide front end. It's a really heavy tractor. This tractor's got a lot of weight to it. But as you can see, it's been sitting out in the elements for a few years, and I was told 2 to 3. I don't know, you know, where it came from. They kind of neglected it, so we'll see. The owner of this tractor, I don't know if he was the original owner or not, but it came with a farm that was bought, and he had this tractor for talking to a local guy in the area that worked on them. He said he had this tractor from time ever since he had known the guy living there, so it could have very well been a 1 or maybe a 2 owner, I guess you'd say now. So it's got the Allis Chalmers quick hitch. This is snap coupler, what they call a snap coupler. This one's been converted over to a 3-point. They make kits for that, and it's very handy. I do have some snap couple equipment, which would be really neat to get that going again and pull a plow and see how this tractor does. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get this thing off the trailer, put some air in that tire, and get her tucked in, and put some oil in the cylinders and let it start soaking. Put a little bit of diesel fuel in the cylinders, let it soak. I'm planning on letting it soak for a week, trying to turn the engine over, let it soak for another week. Try to turn it over about once a week. Looked at all the plugs. They all look about the same. They don't look really bad. No excessive moisture. Showing a bunch of rust in the cylinders. Plugs look like they were all firing. That one's a little carboned up. They actually don't look terrible. So that is somewhat promising. I filled the cylinders full of diesel best I could with what I had. I'm gonna leave the plugs out now. I did check once again in neutral up here on the trailer. This engine, it's especially when you hold down the belt, it's locked up tight. So with the engine seized like that, most people, you know, it just typically the tractor's no good. It's not going to run again without complete overhaul and a lot of money, a lot of time. It's just a lot of people send them to junk, whatever. I'm not like that. I'm going to try to get this thing running. You know, you can pull the valve cover, pull the rocker off, pull the cylinder head off, get down to the pistons and see actually what's going on, why it's locked up, which cylinder, how bad. You know, you can do all of that. Which is a lot of time and expense to even get that off. And once the head is off, you may have the head reworked. You might as well. Well, before we go to all of that trouble and expense, I'm actually going to try to unstick it without turning a wrench on it, without taking anything off. We're going to see how bad it actually is. We don't need a borescope camera. We can just kind of do a few things and see if we can unstick this engine and unstick it. If it comes unstuck fairly easily is what I would say, I'll try to get it running. If not, then we can dig deeper, take the head off and look at it. So just what I'm going to do, I left the plugs out because I put it in high gear, which would be 4th gear on this machine. This one may have a high-low, I'm not sure. But I put it in high gear and I've got the winch hooked to it, and as I tilt the trailer back, we're gonna, actually I need to put it in reverse. We need to just see if by putting that much weight on the engine, if it maybe pops loose or tries to budge. This tractor's pretty heavy. So let's go ahead and tilt her back and see what happens. building, safe and sound. I'll let these cylinders soak about a week. I don't know yet, I may move it over, but may turn it around too. But I may jack the rear wheel up to rock the flywheel in high gear. I don't know how easy it would be to get a pry bar on this flywheel. It doesn't look like it will be, so that might be our only option. Then we may try pulling it off. That tractor right there. So we'll just let her soak and see what happens, and go from there. So, an old wasp nest. There's an active one there. I need to kill them. If you ever need it in a pinch and don't have any wasp killer, well, starting fluid works just as good. We've got some wasp killer up there, but there's just a little bit of this left, and I'll go ahead and we'll go ahead and get those guys. They're done. Not sure why this thing's stuck. It may be just from sitting outside, elements, dry stuck. It does have a muffler that fits somewhat tightly. It looks like it's sealed all the way around. The pipe's tight, so I'm not sure what's going on. It could have major engine problems. I don't know. So it is yet to be determined. But for right now, we're going to get these plugs back into the cylinder head and just let it sit and soak.